Morning everybody, day 49, Friday, 10th of June 2020, talking about the Toronto blessing when it came to Sunderland, Ken Gott's church, when Ken and all these people were involved every night. There was people coming to his church from all over the place to receive the blessing, and then John Arnott, the minister from the Toronto church, came and they had a conference, 2-3 day conference, which I went to. Stayed overnight at an elderly couple's house, lovely couple, put us up, and so that was really good. And I've come to test the spirit. I've been touched a little bit by it in Manchester, and I've come to test the spirit of what's going on, because it's strange. There's lots of these strange phenomena going on, and so and the conference was held in a sports hall in the town. So a great big sports hall, seats up one side. They'd carpeted the whole floor because they were expecting people to fall, and so they didn't want them falling on the hard floor. They hired a carpet for the weekend, and then chaired it out all down the thing. So there's probably about 2,000 people in there, and so we went in the back of the hall, and the band was on already. Before the first meeting, and as we went in to register at the back, and listening to the band, I just felt very comfortable. I thought the spirit that is in this building at this time now is the same spirit that was on Wimber. It's the same Holy Spirit. So very, very early on, I was comfortable with what might come. I was open to what might come. And we had some friends who were already there. They'd saved us some seats. I like to sit near the frontish. Front and centre is where the blessing is. So not too near the front and not absolutely in the centre, but is where I try and normally go. So we were about 8 rows back, on just to the right, as look at the front. And the song that they were singing as we got to our places which was receiving full approval in the congregation, was "There is a place of commanded blessing, where brethren in unity dwell." And the following line to that is, "We will break dividing walls, we will break dividing walls." And my observation was that, and is that, when meetings are convened that are either interdenominational, but better still non-denominational, no denomination is hosting, and it's a completely free place, the Holy Spirit has a lot more freedom to come a lot more powerfully. So here we are in this place that is not denominational and is singing, "We will break dividing walls." That's their desire, to break these dividing walls, which is of course where my heart is. The phenomena, the format of the meeting would be that the band would sing, lead us in 2 or 3 songs, and then the speaker would speak. And then, but there is phenomena. The Holy Spirit is here in manifest presence, so that as the speaker is speaking, like I've never heard it before, the congregation is not quiet, and they're not particularly amening what he's saying. They're just being vocal about something that is going on in their lives, so that the volume of the thing coming from the congregation is almost more powerful than he can speak over the PA. But at that time he got through. That was okay. And then he would then quite often invite 2 or 3 people individually to come to the platform and speak about them and introduce them and who they were and such, and then pray for them. And invariably they would all fall over, and they would remain on the platform. He might do that at the beginning, actually. And they'd remain on the platform, lying down at the back of the platform while he does his talk. And they're having a good time. The presence of the Lord is very nicely upon them. They're not in a rush to get up and rush off. And like I said, there's manifestations all around. So on one of the meetings, some chap got up and he ran really fast down up that aisle and back round and down this other aisle. And somebody said, "Oh, that's like a manifestation showing us that this is a forerunner. These meetings are a forerunner of something that is coming." That would be good, wouldn't it? And then people are bobbing up and down. And characteristic of what's going on when people pray for someone else is that they waft. They do it sort of waft. I understood later that I came to understand that would mean like laving. There's a word called laving, which would be to sort of to scoop up and to pour over. So it wasn't in my mind. It became, this is what it became. It looks like wafting, but it's splashing water. You know, it's splashing water. It's not wafting the air. Same thing maybe, but there's a hymn. There's an old ancient hymn that's got this word laving in. You know, and so I saw it like that. And I'll just say this story to finish with. There was over to this side during the talking. There was on all this noise. There was somebody screaming. You know, not, you know, something's going on over there. You know, some screaming or other. And so some chap stood up. The minister stood up from the congregation and addressed the speaker. And he said, "What's going on? What's going on? You know, can't you tell that the devil's, you know, doing something over there?" Could we just letting it go, like, you know, trusting that whoever were there would be dealing with it, like, you know. And the man from the front remained really calm. He wasn't perturbed at all. He remained, John Arnott, he remained really calm. And he just said to the man, he said, "Well, if it is the devil," he said, "do you think it's coming in him or it's leaving him?" I thought that was beautiful. I thought that's a word of wisdom. That's the Holy Spirit. That's a word of wisdom to diffuse a tension that rose in the congregation. And then from the platform, John just encouraged someone to make sure that was being cared for, you know, by somebody who knew what they were doing, kind of. Not getting somebody that were out to the depth, kind of thing. So I'll do some more of this. I'll do some more of this tomorrow. There's a couple of other things that happened that were really, really good. Okay. Thanks for listening again. God bless. Bye-bye.